we also talked on the basic Salesforce Developer Edition. Right. Now the next thing that we're going to talk today is, first thing we are going to talk about our microphones on mute, please. That's better. Okay. So today we will discuss on the sales app that we have got from Salesforce, right? And we'll also try to understand how the different components of that app are connected. Fine. So before we actually get into designing our own apps and understanding how to design an app, let us understand the default sales app which has been provided by Salesforce. Okay. So I want any one of you to share your login ID password of the developer edition with me, and I will use that throughout the sessions to demonstrate things. Okay. So any one of you who feels who can share the login ID password of the developer edition. Okay, thank you, Sandhya. Please put the password as private. Okay. Can you all hear me? Tanura, can you hear me? Okay. Ravi is not able to hear. Hey Ravi, you can hear me? Sanjay, you will need to send me the verification code. You might have received that in your email ID. Please send me the verification.
Yeah. 84782.
Sorry, what is that?
84782.
Okay. All right. Ravi, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Please put the microphones on mute. Okay. So we'll start talking on the default sales app. This is how our sales app looks. You have changed the sales app. Someone who has not changed anything on the sales app, I think Matthew, can you share the credentials of your developer edition? Because you created it yesterday only.
I have not changed my sales app. If you want, I can share.
Yeah, so you please share your login password for the developer edition. Because what I want to do is I want to show you the default sales app, what is provided by Salesforce, and then we will look into the scope of customization. Okay, Ravi, you will need to give me the verification code that's on your phone number. Right. Alright, here we go. So once you create your developer edition, you see a lot of apps already in the apps drop down menu, and you do see a sales app here as well, so which is the default app. Okay, now let's understand what is this, a little about the sales app, and I also want you all to understand what is campaign, what is lead, what is account, what is contact. The reason why you need to understand these things and how they are connected, that because most of the times you will be required to work on these objects itself. Okay, so the sales app is the most common app in Salesforce. Almost every company requires Salesforce for their CRM or the sales process management, and all the customization that we are required to do, somewhere we need to include these things. So you need to have a good understanding of this thing, what the sales app is, what all these components mean and all, right? So it's pretty simple. To understand the sales app more than theory, we will take the help of a case study. So we will just talk about a scenario, and we'll talk about the scenario, and using that scenario we'll try and understand what each of these mean. Okay, so let's say we are a company, and we are a company called ABC Limited. Okay, and we are into the process of selling projectors. Okay, we sell projectors to businesses. Okay, so we do not sell it to individuals, we just sell it to companies, other companies, right? So that is a B2B. Business to business sales is what we do. That's it. Alright. Now, if we have to manage our sales process on Salesforce, then how will we do this? Okay, so let's understand it using that sales process. So we are this company, and we have projectors, and we sell projectors to businesses. Okay, so how do we manage our sales process on the sales app that we have on the Salesforce? Okay, so first of all, as a company, what will we do? will do some promotional activities, right? These promotional activities can be anything. The marketing, basically, that can be anything. I can do seminars, I can invite people, I can go to their companies and show demonstrations. I can basically then invite people to come to my office and see demonstration, newspaper ad, television ad, hoarding. There can be so many things which we can do, right? All this needs to be tracked. Whatever promotional activities, whatever marketing activities we are doing, everything needs to be tracked, right? So all this is campaigns. This all comes under campaigns. Okay. So for a good CRM process, all the promotional activities or the marketing campaigns you're doing need to be tracked. Why do we need to track that? The reason is, if you track which all marketing activities you have done, you will be able to track which deal you got from which marketing activity. Let's say, for example, let's say you did a seminar. Just take a simple example. Let's say you do 2 seminars in a year. Let me make very simple. You are doing 2 seminars in a year. Okay. One is January, the other one is April. Okay. Now, end of the day, once your marketing is done and once you have sold some product in that particular year, would you not want to understand which seminar you got the deal from? Which deal came from which seminar? So that you can understand which one is more successful, the January one or the April one. If you find that April one is more successful, you can do 2 seminars in April and reduce the size of the seminar in Jan. If you think that January one was more successful, you can actually plan more things for the January seminar, right? So this tracking all the campaigns will help you is connect the deals that you are getting with the campaigns. And once you connect it with the campaign, then what happens, you ultimately at the end of the year you get to know success or failure of a certain campaign, or you are able to compare which campaigns did well and which campaigns did not. At the same, like this was just an example, at the same time, if you are promoting your product online, so you're running some online campaign and at the same time you're running some print media campaign, right? Again, you would want to know print media is more successful or online is more successful, which print media ad actually got us most of the customers. So that is how it is. Okay. So all your marketing activities need to be tracked under campaigns. So go to campaigns, click on new, give it a campaign name. Let's say I'm doing the seminar next week, seminar January, whatever. Make it an active campaign. Okay. Active campaign means a campaign which is still active. Sometimes what happens is a campaign which is which was done in the past, so you can just make that inactive, deactivate that campaign. Okay. Okay. So this is a kind of a conference that I am doing. It's at the planned stage. The status of the campaign you need to track, which can be, these options are there: planned, in progress, completed, aborted. You do have an option of adding more values to this pick list, but right now let it be planned. Start date and end date of the campaign. Let's say it starts on 22nd January, ends on 24th January. Expected revenue, I'm expecting a 1 million revenue out of this campaign. Okay, and I will spend $100,000 on this campaign, or let's say $10,000, and I'm expecting a revenue of 1 million. Alright, so I have a start date, I do have an end date. Expected revenue is 1 million, budgeted cost is $10,000, actual cost, once the campaign happens then only I'll get to know. Okay, and expected response is 5%. Okay, So this is the details of the campaign. You can have parent campaigns. Hey, give me 1 minute. You can have parent campaign as well here. Okay, parent campaign is what? Let's say all your seminars come under one parent campaign. As I told you, online advertisements. So if all these seminars come under a certain parent campaign, or you have a campaign called Q1, which means Q1 campaigns, and under that you want to list all the campaigns that you have done during that particular quarter. So that way you can create a parent campaign also, but though it's not required, you can have independent campaigns also. We'll just create that campaign. Okay, so all the campaign details need to be entered into this campaigns tab or the campaigns object. Yeah, someone was asking a question. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I was asking what is the expected response?
Expected response.
What do you mean by that expected?
Yeah, so if you are reaching out to 100 people, how many people you think will respond back to you? Let's say if you invite 100, how many do you think will turn up? So that is the response. Correct?
Okay.
So it's not the sales, it is just the response. How many people will respond to me? If I'm reaching out 10,000 people, do I expect 1,000 people to respond back? Respond back means show some sort of interest. So that's it, right? If I'm inviting, they should come. If I am sending an email, they should reply or at least read. That is how it is. Alright? Okay. So now we'll just save it. Done. So campaign has got created. The seminar that we are doing on 22nd January till 24th January, I've created the campaigns and all that stuff. Now the next thing that what we have to do, we'll have to go and do this campaign. So let's say on 22nd January you started the campaign, till 24th you did the campaign. So while you were doing the seminar, you must have got a few inquiries, few people must have shown interest, right? While you did the seminar, some people must have dropped in their email ID and phone number saying that please contact me, we are interested, or we would want to know a little more, right? So let's say there is okay, let's say we got this gentleman's name, Mr. Ajay Singh, who belongs to Wipro. Okay, this is a gentleman. Let's say, for example, this is a gentleman who came to us during this seminar, and he said that he is interested in, his company requires projectors. Okay, so where would we enter this information now? This goes into the next table. That's the leads. Okay, so for this gentleman, we are going to create another record that is in the leads table. Okay, so this is a lead for us. All these kind of information, all people who have shown interest, all this data will get into the leads table. So go to leads, click on new, and enter the information of that man, Mr. Ajay Singh, Wipro Tech. His title is sales manager. Okay, and whatever other details we can put. And these fields, the ones where you see this red mark, these are the required fields, which means these are the mandatory fields. Okay. Other things you can keep blank. Now one more thing that I have to do here is I have to connect this to the campaign. Okay. You see the campaign thing here. So I have to connect this lead with the campaign. So this lead and campaign are connected. Campaign is the parent, lead is the child. Correct? So we have to specify which campaign did I get this lead from, so that later on I can do an analysis how many leads we are getting, how many deals we are getting from each campaign, right? So let's go ahead and connect it with the campaign. So click on this lookup button. This is my campaign, seminar January. Okay. So connect it with the campaign and then click on save. So this way you will receive a lot of leads, and all those leads will get into the leads table, right? So let's say you have received 100 leads. All these 100 will get into the leads table. Okay. Now your sales people start calling these leads. The moment they start calling these leads, they would find that some of the numbers are not correct. Some people have just given incorrect. That happens, right? Practically, that's very correct. Sometimes we also go to some seminar. We are asked for a number. Either we don't give a number, or we just give maybe a landline number or a board number. I mean, so that they cannot reach us. Or the moment the moment salesperson calls them, they would say that no, I'm not interested at all. Please don't call me. So out of 100, all 100 will not be verified leads. Some of them will be just like that. So the number is not correct, number is not there, there is no way of reaching them. Or even if they can reach them, the person who receives the call says that no, see, I'm not interested at all. I just give the number for the sake of it. Don't call me. So we need to segregate the ones who are actually interested with the ones who are not that much interested. Right? So for example, out of these 100 leads, let's take an example. This Ajay Singh is seriously interested. Okay, when our sales guy called him, they found that yeah, they really need the projectors in their company, and he wants to talk further. Okay, so the moment you find that there is a lead which is showing interest, okay, at that point of time, what we have to do, we have to just go to this lead. I'm still on this lead. You have to go and click on the convert button. Okay. Now, why should I click on the convert button? What will this do? This convert button will convert the lead into it will break the lead into an account plus a contact plus an opportunity. Opportunity thing is optional, but it will definitely break it into an account and contact. Opportunity you might create. Okay. What is this thing? Breaking the lead into account and contact. See, my lead has company information, company name here. My lead has individual's information also. Okay, name of the individual and name of the company. For company, the website field is here. For individual, fax field is there. For individual, email field is here. And fax is again a field which can be applicable for company. Annual revenue is a field which is applicable for the company, right? So this lead, if you see, this is a combination of the company information plus individual's information. Correct? Now, what I need to do, I need to break it into two records. Company information should go into account, because company is going to be the account. Ajay Singh is not going to be my account. My account will be Wipro, because if any projectors are purchased, Wipro will be the account. They are the ones who will make the payment. I cannot go to Ajay Singh for payment, right? So what I have to do, the company information has to go into account, and individual's information has to go into contact, and the deal information, okay, the opportunity that I have of selling this projectors, that should go into opportunity. Okay, so there are three pieces of this information. The lead seems to be interested. One is the individual information, that person, his designation, his phone number, his email ID, that's individual. Okay, company's information, the company, the industry in which the company deals in, website, annual revenue, number of employees, that's all company information. Then the opportunity will include information of the deal. Okay, what will be the total worth of the deal, by when they are planning to purchase, what is the current stage, right? How much revenue we are expecting, what is the probability that we will end up winning the deal. All that information goes into opportunity. Correct? So there are three things which we need to break this lead into. Alright, so there are three parts of the information. So simply clicking on this convert button will help me do this. Okay. So let me just go ahead and click on convert. Okay. The moment you click on convert, it automatically creates an account with the name Viprotech. See, it will take the company name and create an account for you. So all these account, contacts and opportunities are already listed here. We have account here, we have contact here, we have opportunity here. Alright. So all these three things are listed. It's Viprotech. Contact, it will create automatically using that name, Ajay Singh. Opportunity also it will create, as I told you, that opportunity can be created, but that's optional. If you do not want to create an opportunity, you can simply click on this. Do not create any opportunity. Sometimes it happens you are not aware of the opportunity. You do not know by when they are planning to buy, but you know that they are definitely planning to buy. So then you should not create the opportunity at this point of time. But if you know that when they are planning to buy and all that information, what can be the worth of the deal, you can create the opportunity also. But let's not create the opportunity right now. We'll not create the opportunity. We'll just create the account and contact. So just do this much and click on convert. Okay. So if you read it here, you should only convert a lead once you have identified it as qualified. Okay. So only when you find the lead is qualified, then only convert it into convert the lead. Okay. So then only break it into account, contact and opportunities. Otherwise what will happen? Now you might be thinking, if you have to convert it into account, contact, why didn't we track it in the accounts and contacts at the first stage? The reason is, if you start tracking, at the first place itself, you put it as an account and contact and an opportunity, then you are utilizing 3 records. Okay, and if the lead does not get qualified, you are wasting those 3 records. Now what happens? Let the record come and sit in the leads table, and it's occupying space for 1 record only. Okay, and once you find it qualified, then only move it to the next level, that's accounts, contacts and opportunities. Right? Okay. After this lead has been converted, once you have converted the lead, it can no longer be viewed or edited as a lead, but can be viewed in lead reports. Okay. So once you have converted the lead, it will not stay anymore in the leads table. So you cannot see it in the leads object. You cannot see it, edit it in the leads object. However, if you want to do a reporting, in the reports it will be available, right? So why it is available in the reports? Because at the end of the year, if you want to do a report of how many leads you received from which campaign, or how many leads that you received you could convert, that reporting purpose, these leads will be available. But apart from that, if you just want to go and edit this lead as a lead, no, not possible. You have to edit into the account and contact. Okay, so let's go and convert the lead. Click on this. Then here it is. All right. So now what has happened? This lead has got converted into an account, Viprotech plus a contact. Got it? In case you have more contacts in the same company who you need to contact, for example, you contacted Ajay Singh and he said, see, I am just a sales manager and I am not the decision maker whether the company will buy projectors or not. You can talk to the IT department. Okay, he gives us the reference of an IT department. That pretty much happens, right? You cannot always get the complete deal through with one person. You might need to talk to several different people. Someone is in, let's say, someone is in the sales department, someone is in the IT department, the other person is in the procurement department. You might need to go through all these different departments, and you might need to talk to different people in different departments. So if you have more contacts under the same account, you can add those. Let's say this guy is sales manager. You also need to talk to one more person who is Mr. Vikram Jha, and this guy is, let's say, IT head. Okay, he is from IT department. Possible, right? So all the contacts you need to track. You need to talk to one more person, maybe Mr. Ajit Gokhale, who is Director of Procurement. Mr. Ajit Gokhale, who is the Director of the Procurement. Alright. Got it? Now for the same account WiproTech, I have 3 contacts, right? So this is again one thing where this having accounts and contacts separately helps. You can have multiple contacts under the same account. So contact here is a child of account. Okay, account and contact are connected. Right? The moment you get an opportunity from this, you just click on new opportunity here under the account and create the opportunity. Let's say they are planning to buy 25 projectors. So you just give any name to the opportunity. Wipro 25 projectors, amount that you are expecting is $30,000. Okay. Now, whenever there is an opportunity, you need to track a close date. So this is basically an expected close date by when they are planning to buy. Okay. So that you can plan or forecast your revenue accordingly. So you would ask the customer that, okay, when do you want to buy? Do you want to buy in February, January, March? Okay. So they say we are planning to buy in March, 15th of March. Okay. So that's something which we can have. Okay. And an opportunity will have different stages. So an opportunity goes through different stages. Starts from the prospecting, qualification, needs analysis, value proposition. So it goes this way. An opportunity always goes in this way, right? So it initially you will just have a initial round of discussion with the client, then they will ask for proposal, then there will be certain negotiations, and finally your opportunity reaches a stage where it is either won or lost. Okay. So one opportunity means you have got the deal, lost opportunity means you have lost the deals. Okay. But these two stages means closed opportunity. Closed means the opportunity got closed. You do not have any further actions on that. Something which is closed does not have any further actions to be done. But from prospecting till negotiation means you still have some actions remaining to be done on that opportunity. Right? Got it? So from here till here, it's a complete life cycle of the opportunity, and you can have your own stages also. So it's not that you will have only these stages. You can have your own stages. So we can edit this much pretty much, right? For an example, we were doing this for a real estate company, and these people actually wanted the stages like the customer showed interest, and then the site visit was promised to the customer, site visit was done, and then the booking was done for the property, and then the sales was done. So they had their own business process, and they had their own stages of the opportunity, right? Then there was something which I was designing for a manufacturing company, and that manufacturing company basically had to take an approval before they can sell anything. They had to take an internal approval that what the customer is asking for, that can be manufactured or not. So they had that sort of stages that okay, fine, the client requirement taken, okay, client approval taken, and then their IT team approval required, that has been taken, the operations approval taken. So that sort of stages. So every company has that different stages. So more or less this is something which is generic, works for most of the companies, but we can edit all these values. That should not be a problem. Let me put at qualification stage, and then we can just connect it with the primary campaign source. See, this is where you have to again connect it with the campaign. Why? Because now it's all about the amount. Remember while we were entering the campaign, we entered a value expected revenue. Now once you have written an expected revenue, how will you check whether you reached that expected revenue or not? So all the opportunities that are coming through that campaign should be connected with that campaign, so that end of the day I can do a report and find out what is the total revenue that I generated from that campaign. Clear? Yeah. So I think Ravi has a question here. Yeah, Ravi, tell me. Ravi, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. This is regarding the status of the opportunity. If I don't change the status and the close date passes by, so what will happen to that opportunity?
If the close
like
date,
the stage is right now the stage is qualification, and 15th of March is passed, and I don't change the stage. So
by
is
default,
there any default?
No, by default nothing will happen, but if you want you can put your own logics.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that is something that we will learn during our business logic section. We can put our own logics and do things, but by default they have not given anything on as such on this. Okay. So we are clear on this part. Now the opportunity is also created. We have saved it. So we have almost got into an opportunity. Now finally, you win the opportunity or you lose the opportunity. So if you win the opportunity, that is equivalent to making a sales. So sales is done, right? That is there. This forecast, reports and dashboards. So these are three things used for doing a bit of reporting. So these are not related to the backend database objects. So we will get into this later once we are into the reporting aspect. Now let's get into the contracts. So once you have won the opportunity, then there will be a certain agreement or contract between you and your client, right? So those contract details need to be mentioned under this contracts object, okay, where you mention that okay fine, this is a contract, for which account it is, who is the person who signed the contract from our side, who is the person who signed the contract, customer who signed the contract. So from customer side, let's say Mr. Gokhale signed the contract. Okay, he is director of procurement. So all this information need to be furnished. So this is not a complete contract terms and conditions. This is just the details of the contract. When does it start? What is the tenure of the contract and all that stuff, right? So only those details. When does the contract start? So actual terms and conditions will be present in some other document so that you sign. But this is just for holding the information of the start of the contract, who signed the contract and all those details, so that these customer support people, when they are talking to the client, or the sales people when they are talking to the client, they don't have to go and search each and every contract. From here, from this table, they can easily get the information of okay, your contract starts on this date, ends on this date, this is the person who signed the contract. So they can quickly furnish the information required. So contracts will hold all the contract information. When there is an object, okay, 10-year month is, let's say, 11 months. Okay, so once this part is done, then there is another object called orders. In the orders, we have to track all the orders that we have taken from the client, right? So what is the order, when it needs to be delivered, which is the client, and all that stuff. So order information will go into this. Let's say order start date is from on 1st Feb. Which contract should they refer to regarding this order? Okay, so this is the contract that can be referred to. And then the city information, right? Because order is being taken, so what is the billing city and what is the shipping city information that can be provided here. Save it. So all your order details will be tracked under the orders. Then we will have cases. Okay, now what is cases? So far we have got the deal from the client, we have delivered the order. After delivering the order, it comes about the after sales service thing, right? So customers may have certain doubts, queries, cases, complaints, so they would raise those cases. All the cases will be tracked under this particular object called cases. Okay, what is the complaint from the customer, who is the person who has complained, so contact, which person has complained. Let's say Mr. Vikram has complained from Wipro on the case, okay, and it's a high priority case. Okay, how did he file this case? By calling us or through email or through our website, so that can be tracked here. All right, the reason of the case, he is not able to do installation, and this is a electronic issue. So all these values that you see in the drop downs now, these all can be changed, okay, depending on what kind of a product you have. It does not have to be installation for you also, you can have something else, right? Subject and description of the case. So let's say this is the complaint from the customer, so he raises this case, okay. Okay, and then just click on save. So this is the case from the customer, okay. So someone from your customer support team will have to get that resolved, talk to the customer or something, or maybe send an executive to the customer, and finally then this case can be closed. Got it? So all the cases thing will come here. Then there is another object called solutions. What is solution? The solution is more like a list of possible questions from the clients and their answers. So if you think that there are certain things which are pretty frequent problems that the client faces, let's say they are not able to switch on the projector. This is a common question, right? So you can just create a solution for this. Not able to switch on. So this can be the subject, and you can define an answer to this, step-by-step answer to this. Okay. Do A, then do B, and then do the C, and the D. So this is there. All right. So then we talk about this solution. This way. All right. So this is how you track, you keep a track of all the possible solutions, or the solution to the most common problems or the cases that the customers do have. The reason why we need to keep all these solutions in one place is this can help our customer support team. While the support team is talking to the client, they can easily browse through the common solutions and answer to the customers. And also there is an option in Salesforce which we'll see later how that can be done, but I'll just tell you. You can also create login passwords for your customers. Okay, there's something called a customer portal. So you can create login ID password for your customers. Your customers can come to your salesforce.com website and search for the solution on their own as well. So instead of the customer support executive or your call center executive receiving the call and helping the customer, you also have that option that you share the login ID password with the customer can come and search the solution on his own, right? So kind of a self-service can be done on that. So that is the reason why solution is very helpful thing, right? Then it's about the products. So products is where you track all your products or services. Okay. So what product you are selling and what are the attributes and everything. Let's say you're selling laptops. So you just mention, let's say Dell 5342. Product code is, description of the product, make it active. And you can also put a product family. Product family can be if you are selling 3-4 different types of products. Let's say you are selling laptops and mobiles. So you can have 2 product families, laptops, mobiles, right? They should come under the laptop family. That is how it is, right? So, right. Then there are more attributes which can be added under this product, depending on what kind of a product you are selling. So Salesforce from their side, they have kept this really small because product and the attributes of the product can differ. Okay, which product we are talking about, which industry we are talking about, which kind of service are we talking about. So depending on our requirement, we will see what all we need to track here. So we'll create the fields accordingly. At this point of time, we do not have too many fields for that. Alright, so that's our sales app. Do we understand the default sales app? Please let me know if you have any questions on this. The default sales app, are we all clear on this now? How it starts and how it goes with that? Yeah, please go ahead.
How many companies will use this default sales app?
All.
Because it is like, yeah, because it is all standard, right?
Right.
So like, can I customize this? Like if I don't want any field and if I want to add fields?
Yes, we can customize, we can add fields. That is what I was talking about, that the fields that you want to add, you can. The ones that you do not want, you can remove those. You can customize this, but most of the companies, in fact, if they have a sales process, they would prefer or they would love to use this sales app, because this is in a way very nice app. If you have to design it on your own also, you will some way or the other way you will design something similar to this, right? So this is a pretty nice app which is there. Most of the companies use it, okay, until and unless you are not going for a platform license. So I'll talk about platform license, which is basically where you do not get all the functionalities of the sales app. But if you have a license, you will use this, because customization is possible. That's very much possible. We can add our own fields and all that stuff. That can be done. All right. Anyone? Any other question that we have? No? Okay. So there is one thing that I would want all of you to do. I just want you to go through this complete sales app, and when we meet tomorrow, I want you to give me a list of all the relationships. So a very simple activity, but it would take some time for you to understand. I want to see, want you to list down all the relationships between these objects. It can be within that particular object, or it can be of two different objects. So if there is one object which is internally related to itself, that also I need to be listed, like we saw one in the campaigns. campaign was connected to the campaign itself. Okay, so I want you to figure out the relationships. Okay, which all relationship fields we have in which all object, and which two objects are connected through that relationship field. Like on the leads you saw one, for an example, I would say that on the leads we see that there is a relationship of lead with the campaign. Okay, so this is one relationship, campaign lead. Out of this, which is the parent, which is the child, so you should list it down like this. On the leads object there is a campaign and lead relationship, and I also want you to just make a small p c here, which is parent, which is child. So we just do this small activity and drop me an email with this thing. Alright, because the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to get into designing our own objects and relating things. I want you to have a good understanding of these objects. So basically, understanding the external functionalities or looking into the end user perspective of it is absolutely good. But since we are going to be people who are going to develop the app and developers, and we need to understand things better, I want you to understand internal connections also. Which object is connected to which other object, how, why. Okay, so get into that part. Alright, so I think that's what we will get into today, and we will meet tomorrow same